students of the third secondary stage, welcome back to our episodes on the educational programs of the Egyptian TV. Today, guys, we're going to complete one of the most important tenses that we are going to be speaking about. As you remember, we have started revision and we have started revising some of the lessons that we had in the previous years. As you all know that we're going to add up all what we have taken in the previous years to what we're going to take for this year. This year we have everything. عندنا كل حاجة. We have all the grammar that we have taken. We have a lot of vocabulary words, of course, compiled from first, second, and third secondary. So it is not just a year for one group of lessons that we're going to have. لكن السنة دي زي ما بنقول هي الخلاصة بقى. هي تجميعة الثلاث سنين first, second, and third. فبنمتحن على كل اللي احنا نعرفه about our English language. عشان كده دايما بقول انه it's important especially when we're speaking about languages انه we don't think انه whatever we have done in the past خلاص رميناه ورانا when we are starting سنة جديدة خلاص هي دي what are we going to study and that's it. Of course not. This year is one important year but it is the accumulation of first secondary and second secondary. طيب we started to revise a lot of lessons ورجعنا مع بعض a group of good lessons of grammar lessons. النهارده we are going to continue revising one of the most important tenses which is the future. اتكلمنا على present نتكلم على past كمان future is one of the important lessons that we need to revise. طيب what are we going to revise in the future؟ هنتكلم النهارده على أكتر الفورمز المهمة for the future. في ناس بتتخيل إن لما أقول future يعني أنا بتكلم على future simple and that's it. Of course not. The future can describe plenty of future uses and meanings that can take place in the future. خلونا نبتدي with the very simple form. عارفين إنه future أو أي tense it has to be simple. وبعدين عندنا perfect والcontinuous. في أي tense في present simple, present continuous, present perfect. The same in the past. Past simple, past continuous, past perfect. كمان future we have the future simple, the future perfect and the future continuous. طيب خلونا نشوف ايه future simple, how can we use it. استخداماته كتير جدا لكن let's take it one step at a time. طيب first thing that we have is the present simple. طيب let's say what are the first uses of the future simple. As we all know that the future simple is referring to the future. يبقى simply the future simple is going to refer to an action that happens in the future. زي لما اقول كده for example I will travel to London tomorrow or I will travel next week or I will travel to London next week. ده مجرد استعمال الفيوتشر عادي جدا. We are going to use will plus infinitive to refer to the future. طيب I know that you know already انه when I use the will plus infinitive في اكتر من استخدام ليها. طيب خلينا كده very quickly to revise مع بعض when do we use will plus infinitive to speak about the future. Number one, when it's a future plan. Sorry, when it's a future action. زي اللي احنا لسه قايلينها. I will travel to London next week. Maybe it's true, maybe things can change, but I'm gonna do that. Second use for the future simple is when I speak about something that is not prepared or that is not planned. زي كده لما اخد decision مفاجئ. Something that is not prepared, something that is not planned, and then I take a sudden decision. For example, your friends were going out of school وانتوا خارجين من المدرسة واحد منهم قال I will go to buy some sandwiches. فانت لقيت نفسك اوكي وانا كمان I feel I'm hungry فرحت قلت له me too I will come with you. You took a decision. When did you take this decision? On the spot. So if you take a decision on the spot which is like something that is not prepared, something that is not planned, we use the will plus infinitive. طيب امتى تاني we can use will plus infinitive? When we speak about the future. When you're speaking about something that you expect, you believe it can happen, you think it can happen. But when I have verbs like I think, I expect, I believe, it seems, if I use any of these verbs اللي كلها مجرد توقعات, we're not very sure about this, وما فيش أي estimation تقول إنه we are sure about this, then we speak about the future in the will plus infinitive form. زي لما أقول I think he will pass by tomorrow, or I believe he will be at home at this time, or I expect the boys will play in the park after lunch. So I'm thinking about something. عندي توقع for the future. It may happen, it may not happen. عشان كده استعملت بعض الكلمات زي I think, I expect, I believe, it seems, it appears. كل ده بعض التوقعات بس ما فيش ولا planning ولا preparation ولا حتى a proof اللي احنا هنتكلم عليه after some little time. طيب is there another use for the future? Yes. في عندنا الاستعمال التاني اللي احنا بنكتبه كأنه شكله present continuous ولو انه هو it's a future. زي لما اقول be going to. I am going to do something. يعني انا بحط I am going وبعدين بحط to plus infinitive. What do I mean لما اقول I am going to do something? This is for something planned. يعني انا مخطط كويس قوي وعامل my planning and I know what am I going to do. Another use of the future زي ما اتكلمنا على will plus infinitive في بقى if we're going to speak about planned things. طيب خلينا نتكلم على الفورم الأول. الفورم is be going to plus infinitive. Be going to, the be is going to be either am or is or are plus going plus to plus infinitive. طيب when do I use it? دي الفورم ده أنا بكتبه كده. بس when do I use it? I use it for plenty of forms and features. أول حاجة خالص if I'm going to speak about something that I believe is going to happen ليه؟ Because there are predictions about it in the future. يعني ايه predictions about it in the future؟ يعني خلونا نشوف أول فورم كده بنتكلم عنه. If I'm going to use for example لما نيجي نقول it's going to rain tomorrow. مين قال إن هي it's going to rain tomorrow؟ لما أقول the clouds are so black or they are too black it's going to rain tomorrow. ده معناه إن أنا شفت حاجة أكدت لي كأنها نوع من البروف إنه there is something that will happen in the next day. Is this a planning? No, it's not a planning, but what it is an indication. أنا شفت حاجة ادتني evidence إن something will happen in the future. طب تعالوا مع بعض نحط كل الفورمز وكل uses of the be going to plus infinitive. أول حاجة خالص اللي احنا هنتكلم عليها it's for plans ودي اللي احنا عارفينها كلنا إن أنا when I have a plan or I have a decision that I'm going to make in the future ودي اللي اتكلمنا عليها أول حاجة خالص إنه I'm going to use be going to plus infinitive. For example, if I've made a decision إن أنا to travel next week or next year for something وعملت حسابي إن أنا هعمل ده وبالتالي هقول I'm going to travel next year to America. طيب أنا هغير بيتي وهروح بيت تاني فبقول لنفسي أو بقول للناس I'm going to move my house or to move to a bigger house next year. Can I take this decision suddenly? أقدر أقول a decision like this that can happen next year كده من غير planning من غير ما أكون في procedure to buy a house and then to prepare it and then to move my furniture and then to move everything there? I cannot do that. So with a plan for the future that seems it needed preparation يعني لازم يكون ليها ترتيب. زي إيه؟ زي لما أتكلم إنه I'm moving houses for example. When I'm traveling, I cannot just travel like that. I need a passport, I need a flight ticket, I need to pack my stuff, I need to do through plenty of procedures until I reach the step that I travel. So this means that if there is a planning for something that indicates a number of steps to be taken, this means that I'm going to use the future form be going to plus infinitive. Let's see the second form or the second use of the future be going to plus infinitive. If I'm making a prediction with the present reality or evidence. اللي احنا حطيناها as an example في الأول ويمكن في ناس ما كانتش فاهمة why are we using this. When we said the clouds are so dark or the clouds are very dark. The clouds are dark جو مغيم الدنيا شكلها مش كويس. أول كلمة بنقول إيه؟ هتمطر يا جماعة على فكرة. Why did I mention this? Am I sure that it's going to rain? Is there a way I can make sure that it's going to rain? Definitely no. But how can I get that it's going to rain? في indication, في evidence, في دليل. So when I say it is going to rain هنا مش it will rain. Why? Because I'm quite sure there is an evidence that says that it's going to rain. So the clouds are very dark, it is going to rain. ممكن أقول لواحد for example نازل السلم، أنا عارف إن في سلالم مكسورة مثلا ولا حاجة، فبقول له watch out. The steps are broken. وبالتالي you are going to fall. أو نازل بيجري فأنا عايز أقول له خلي بالك لأنه أنت نازل بتجري. So this means you're going to fall. So if I have a certain evidence that something might happen, not only might, it's kind of maybe 100% sure that it's going to happen, then I'm going to use the be going to plus infinitive. طيب وده اللي احنا اتكلمنا عليه دلوقتي. خلينا نشوف لسه بنقول look at him. He's going to win the race. يعني ايه he's going to win the race؟ على فكرة السنتنس دي كانت موجودة في امتحان ثالثة ثانوي من 3 سنين. عايزة أقول لكم إنه السنتنس دي عملت a little bit of قلق، لأنه الناس بقت تقول look at him، ده حاجة قدامي، إزاي أقول he's going to win؟ كانت الجملة شبيهة، عشان لو حد بيراجع امتحانات السنين اللي فاتت، كانت الجملة بتقول إنه the team practiced a lot، وبالتالي هيحصل إيه؟ فالناس قالت the team practiced a lot، فتخيلت إنه they will win لأن إحنا we don't know. لكن the sentence the team practiced a lot last week دي indication and it's an evidence that something is going to happen in the future. وبالتالي لما أقول look at him or I'm going to give something like an evidence he's going to win the race، ليه؟ لأن اديت explanation after the sentence and I said he is ahead of the rest of the runners. يعني معنى كده إن هو سابقهم، فبالتالي this is an evidence that he is going to win the race. مش هينفع أجي في دي وأقول he will win the race. It's not an expectation. It is not just a belief that it will happen. بتخيل بعتقد. لا, it is something like an assurance. Why? Will plus infinitive. وقلنا if we think about something that can happen in the future but we're not very sure of it, again بستعمل will زي لما أقول I think, I expect, I believe this will happen. أخذنا the second use وقلنا إنه for future plans هنستعمل the form of be going to plus infinitive. اتكلمنا على decisions. I'm going to travel to London next year. It's a decision taken with a lot of preparations. اتكلمنا على the second use بتاعنا للfuture with be going to، اللي هو لو في عندي evidence or دليل واضح قدامي and I need to make sure or I need to show that I'm sure this will happen، فهقول for example he is going to win because he is ahead of the rest of the runners. عندنا example تاني عشان نفكر بيه، لو قلت the wall is moving it is going to fall، شايف حاجة بتتحرك واضح ان هي هتقع. So again this is an indication that something is going to happen in the future. كده احنا خلصنا مع بعض be going to plus infinitive، خلصنا will plus infinitive. خلينا ندخل ونسيب الفيوتشر simple ونروح للفيوتشر continuous. different forms. خلينا نشوف how are we going to write. يعني ايه future continuous؟ يعني ايه يبقى future وفي continuity؟ افكركم لما كنا بنتكلم على present simple present continuous past simple past continuous، دايما كلمة continuous معناها مدة، معناها duration. في عندي duration، في عندي مدة. هل المدة دي بتتقطع في وقت معين؟ لا، هي استمرارية مدة معينة في زمن معين. يعني أنا لما أقول now I'm speaking يبقى دي حاجة بتحصل دلوقتي في الوقت الحالي واخدة مدة. yesterday the boys were sleeping when the lights went out، يبقى وقت ما النور قطع the boys were sleeping. long action taking place in the past. نفس الكلام هيطبق على الفيوتشر. future continuous is a long action taking place امتى؟ taking place in the future. هل ممكن أتكلم على حاجة بتحصل في الفيوتشر in a long time؟ This is what we're going to see. طيب خلينا الأول نشوف how are we going to put it, how are we going to write it، هنكتبه ازاي، وبعدين عشان لما نبتدي نتعود نقوله we can put it in the right form. كده كده احنا متفقين انه future يعني will لازم تبقى موجودة. طيب لو انا عايزة استعمل حاجة فيها continuous يعني لازم يبقى فيه ing. طب ينفع احط will ing ورا بعض؟ مش هينفع لانه ما اقدرش اقول will doing. طب ايه اللي ممكن يفصل؟ ينفع يجي بعد will وفي نفس الوقت يجي قبل ing لازم يبقى verb. What am I going to use? I am going to use verb to be. هيبقى will be وأي حاجة plus ing. Will be doing, will be eating, will be sleeping and so on. This is the future continuous. What does it mean? معناه إيه؟ يعني إيه لما أقول at 2 o'clock tomorrow الساعة 2 بكرة I will be having a test. I will be having a test. أنا بتكلم على الفيوتشر لأني بقول at 2 o'clock tomorrow. يبقى أنا حددت الميعاد. طب الساعة 2 tomorrow هيكون بيحصل. هيكون بيحصل معناها في long action، معناها long duration، معناها حاجة هتبقى مستمرة لفترة. بس إمتى؟ In the future. So if it's a long action in the future يبقى thank you very much I will be doing, I will be having, I will be sleeping ودايما for the action verbs. يعني ايه for the action verbs؟ تاني نرجع نتكلم على stative verbs, the verbs that are not used in the continuous tense. يعني تنفع مع verbs of eat, sleep, drink, walk, run، كل الأكشن verbs اللي ينفع يبقى فيها مدة تتاخد. وينفع برضو we can use it in the continuous form. طب how are we going to put the negative form؟ ولا أي حاجة. I have the word will, I'm going to keep it to won't وبعدين هحط be plus ing. So I won't be playing at 3 o'clock tomorrow. I won't be sleeping at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Okay؟ طيب لو احنا قلنا الانتروجاتيف بتاعنا هنعمله ازاي؟ هتبقى will at the beginning and then the subject and then be and then the ing. Will you be painting this room at this time next week؟ نخلي بالنا من الكيوردز بتاعتنا، دي الاستخدامات اللي احنا قلناها for actions which happen are going to be in progress at a stated future time، حاجات هتبقى بتحصل في الفيوتشر في نفس الوقت. زي لما اقول don't phone me at 11 p.m. as I will be sleeping at this time. Or for actions that which will definitely happen in the future as a result of a routine arrangement which is بدل ال present continuous. زي ما أقول for example people will be doing this in the future. طيب خلينا نشوف بعض الexamples مهمة بتعرفنا كويس how can we use it. لما أقول I play golf every Friday it's part of my routine. يبقى برضو next Friday هكون بعمل إيه؟ I will be playing golf. ليه؟ لأن ده it's a routine. part of the routine هكون بعمل ده. I'll be seeing Sammy tomorrow. ليه؟ We work in the same office so we will definitely meet. I'll be seeing him tomorrow. With the last use when we ask politely about people's arrangements to see if they can do something for us or because if we want to offer something for them. لما أحب أسأله will you be doing something tomorrow at 3؟ هتبقى بتعمل حاجة، مش هقول له will you do لأن will you do معناها هتعمل، لا أنا عايز أقول له هتبقى بتعمل حاجة الساعة 3 ولا لا. This is the future continuous form. مهم جدا برضو نشوف ال question form. لما أقول له will you be going to the supermarket؟ Can you buy some tea for me؟ نقدر كمان نستعمل be plus the verb plus ing to refer to future events. يعني ممكن أقول زمالك will be playing the match next week لو في event لكن أنا شبه مش متأكد قوي إنه ممكن يحصل. شوية بوينت صغيرة سريعا لازم نقولها، نخلي بالنا اللي أنا لسه قايلها لكم إنه we cannot use the future verbs إلا لو كانوا action verbs. لو أنت ما عندكش action verb يعني لو عندك verb زي have, be, understand, remember, forget any of the verbs that are not used with the ing form هتعمل إيه؟ هتخلي will، هتحط الverb be زي ما هو وهتبقى this will be done وكأنك بتستعمله in the passive form. طيب في شكل تاني لو احنا بنتكلم دلوقتي على الفيوتشر continuous، اتكلمنا على الفيوتشر continuous، هنتكلم كمان على الفيوتشر perfect وده اللي قدامنا. لو انا قلت this time next year يعني في هذا الوقت السنة الجاية هكون خلصت ايه، مش هكون بعمل ايه، هكون بعمل ايه this is future continuous. لكن في هذا الوقت في المستقبل هتكون بقت حاجة في الماضي بالنسبة له in the past. This is what we call the future perfect. When I say for example this time next year I will have had my certification or my graduation certificate. How can I write this form؟ أقدر أقول will plus have plus the past participle. ما أقدرش أقول I will be doing لأنه السيرتيفيكت هكون خلاص استلمتها، فما اقدرش اقول هكون بستلم السيرتيفيكت، هكون خلصت السيرتيفيكت بتاعتي and I have taken it. So I cannot use will be plus ing. I need to use will have plus the past participle. لكن لما اقول this time tomorrow هكون بعمل ايه؟ اقول زي دلوقتي بكره I will be having dinner with my family، زي الاكزامبل اللي احنا شايفينه هنا. نخلي بالنا، في حد هيسالني دلوقتي ويقول لي ايه ده؟ احنا عندنا have، مره قلنا I will have had ومره قلنا having. هو انا ينفع اغير have مره present تبقى فيها continuous form التانيه ما تنفعش؟ اكيد. لو تفتكروا لما قلنا انه verb have لو معناه have بمعنى يمتلك شيء او يبقى عنده شيء او يستلم او ياخد حاجه، I cannot use have in the continuous form. اوكي؟ وبالتالي اقول I have a car، ما اقدرش اقول I am having a car. نفس الكلام لو انا بستعمل have في context تاني خالص. لو انا قلت what am I doing now؟ I am having lunch. هنا lunch او having lunch is not the same meaning like the previous one. لأنه I'm having lunch, this means إنه I'm taking lunch. Verb have has a different meaning. And in this sense, you can use have with an ing form. فهنا أقدر أقول I will be having lunch tomorrow with my friends. ده بعض الاستخدامات اللي احنا قلناها. آخر استخدام هنقوله للfuture simple، please take care of it لأنه مهم جدا. When we use the future meaning لكن بنكتبه like the present. ودي واحدة من الحاجات اللي أنا فاكرة كانت دايما في first secondary و second secondary بنتكلم عليها كتير ونقول يا أولاد خلوا بالكم. لو عندك sentence it refers to the future لكن بتتكلم على schedule يعني جدول، أو بتتكلم على مواعيد classes، أو بتتكلم على trains مواعيد الترينز أو البلينز، فلازم هتبقى present simple حتى لو قال لي tomorrow. يعني the train leaves at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. عندي tomorrow morning it means the future، لكن ال scheduling of the train cannot change. القطر اللي بيطلع الساعة 6 كل يوم في ميعاد معين هو it cannot change. So schedules and plans cannot be changed for trains, planes، مواعيد السينما، مواعيد ال classes of the schools. By this, we are coming to an end to our episode today. We have revised plenty of uses and forms of how to use the future simple, future continuous, and future perfect with all the forms, with their affirmative, negative, and question forms. Revise the session, try to review all about it, practice some more exercises, and we're going to be practicing more in the coming session. Thank you guys for today and waiting to see you all next time. Thank you and goodbye.